Oregano, let's talk about it. Do you have oregano, or you've planted it and it's out of control, or maybe you're considering planting it? Well, we're in zone 6 and I started with a little pot a few years ago, and this is what it has expanded to, and every year I cut it back to a very small section and it takes off, and it has so many uses, and I want to share it with you so that you can benefit from them too. First of all, I really like these herbal scissors. I mean, they're just scissors for cutting herbs, but they really do a great job. I just picked these up at TJ Maxx, but you can get them anywhere probably. Maybe I won't have oregano after this, or even rosemary. Anyway, oregano is an antiviral, antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial herb, and it is wonderful. You can use it in extracts and tinctures and salves, and dehydrate it or dry it for cooking. You can even use it fresh. So there are a couple of things you can do. First of all, if you're growing it, and like I said, mine even makes it through the winter, it just dies off, but then this is how much it grew back from about this tall over the last 3 months. But go on in and pick off these flowering areas so that the pieces of oregano, the stems aren't so stalky and they're bushier. And I've neglected this, so I'm actually out here today working on that. And that's why I thought it would be a great time to make a video. But you can take this oregano and dry it and then pull off the leaves and store it. And I'm going to show you how to do that. If you want to dry your oregano out, just pick the stems and you can tie them and hang them in an area that is conducive to them drying out. Some people like to put cheesecloth or something around them so that as they're drying, they keep the bugs away or off the leaves. You could also use a dehydrator. Some people prefer to use a dehydrator outdoors to keep the house cooler. Now, if you want to cook with it fresh, you will just take your stem and push along the stem to get all the leaves right there. Now, some of these, like I said, I should have been pinching these off a little more frequently so that they weren't so stalky. But anyway, this is what you can do. You can either cook with them whole, or you could chop them up and put them in your sauces, Italian, Mexican dishes. And if you have a plant that is taking off, you can pull these out. You can see this stem has the root, and you can give these away to someone who wants to plant them. They take off so quickly. Or you could put them and transplant them in other areas. Another use for your oregano is for your chickens. It works as a natural antibiotic. And this is Ariel. She likes oregano much like humans do. And it can be added to her feed, dry or just fresh when they're free ranging. And it's good to add it for them chopped up, or, I mean, I've never had them just come and eat it whole, but I don't really give them much access to my garden like that. But when they've gotten in there, they don't just pull it off the stems. But it is a good thing to mix in their feed. And as I said, it works as a natural antibiotic.